Temperature and heat. For the learning objective of this material, student can define temperature, student can summarize temperature unit based on their fixed point, student can state the formula for converting temperature between temperature scales, student can define heat, student can explain the relationship between heat, mass, specific heat, and temperature change, student can describe change in the state of matter, student can explain the process of heat transfer. So, temperature is a physical quantity that measures the degree of hotness or coldness of an object or environment, which indicates the average kinetic energy of its constituent particles. A thermometer is a device used to measure temperature. Temperature units. Kelvin is international standard unit, doesn't use the degree symbol derajat. The freezing point of water is 273.15 K and the boiling point is 373.15. Next is Celsius, the most commonly used scale in Indonesia and the world. The freezing point of water is 0 and the boiling point is 100 Celsius. Fahrenheit, commonly used in the United States. The freezing point of water is 32 and the boiling point is 112 Fahrenheit. For the Reamur, rarely used, generally in certain industry. The freezing point of water is 0 and the boiling point is 80 Reamur. For the temperature conversion formula, as we can see in this table, there are so many formula in every temperature like Celsius, Reamur, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. The example is convert 50 Celsius to Fahrenheit. So Fahrenheit equals 9 per pipe, multiply 50 plus 32 is 90 plus 32 is 122 Fahrenheit. And after that, there's heat. Heat is a form of thermal energy that moves from an object at a higher temperature to an object at a lower temperature. This energy is measured in joule. The relationship between heat, mass, specific heat, and temperature changes. Q and M is the greater of the mass of an object. The greater the heat required to change in temperature. Q and delta T, the greater desired temperature increase, the greater the heat required. Q and C, substances with high specific heat, require more heat to raise the temperature than substances with low specific heat. The formula is Q equals mc delta T. Changes in state of matter. Melting is the change of state from solid to liquid when a substance absorbs heat energy. Evaporation is the change of a state from liquid to gas when particles gain enough heat energy to move freely. Sublimation is the change of state from solid directly to gas without passing through the liquid phase. Freezing is the change of state from liquid to solid when a substance loses that energy. Loses heat energy. Condensation is the change of state from gas to liquid when gas loses heat energy. Heat transfer process. There are conduction is the transfer of heat through a substance without the movement of particles as a whole. Heat energy moves from one particle to another through direct contact. Convection is the transfer of heat that occurs due to movement of particle is a fluid. This movement causes heat to be discharged from warmer regions to cooler regions. Radiation is the transfer of heat in the form of electromagnetic waves. This process doesn't require a medium for heat to travel. So this presentation discusses is the basic concept of temperature and heat. Temperature measures how hot or cold an object is and is expressed in units such as Kelvin, Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Reamur. Heat is thermal energy that moves from a higher temperature to a lower temperature object and is measured in joules. It also explains the formula Q equals mcΔT, showing the relationship between heat, mass, specific heat, and temperature change. In addition, the presentation covers change of state, melting, freezing, evaporation, condensation, and sublimation, and the three types of heat transfer: conduction, convection, and radiation.